Welcome, my people, to Crown Gist. If you want the gist that is hotter than a furnace, the updates that the palace is trying to hide, and the deep secrets of the royals, you are in the right place. But wait, I see many of you watching, but you haven't clicked that subscribe button. Why now? Don't be a stranger. Join the family, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you can be the first to know when the ground shakes. To my day one subscribers, I see you. I love you all. Oh yeah, make we enter the matter because this one past gist. This one is a spiritual earthquake. You see, for a long time, the palace has been looking peaceful on the outside, but underneath there was a fire cooking. The jewel, that woman whose heart is as pure as gold, decided to do something special this December. While others were planning parties, she was thinking of the children who passed away in that tragic incident in Ibadan on the 18th of December 2024. She couldn't sleep. Every night, she saw the faces of those mothers who were left with nothing but tears and empty rooms. There is one particular woman the jewel has been carrying on her head like a load. This woman lost 2 children in that tragedy, and she lost her mind. She was roaming the streets, crying for children that were already in the grave. The jewel didn't just send money. She went there herself. She spent millions, taking this woman from one specialist to another, trying to bring her back to sanity. On the day they converged in Ibadan for the 1-year remembrance, the atmosphere was heavy. The jewel was there, praying with the families, giving out hope. But while she was busy doing the work of an angel, some human devils were meeting in a dark room. These elders, led by the one they called Stephen Akinbobola, had monitored her movement. They knew which car she was supposed to enter. They knew the route. They had one goal: to make sure the jewel never returned to the palace. They didn't just want to scare her this time. They wanted to end the story once and for all. When the prayers were over, a vehicle, the one everyone knew belonged to the jewel, began the journey back. But as God would have it, a last-minute change happened. The jewel was moved to another car, a private one, while her main vehicle moved ahead. My people, as that main car was cruising, it was attacked gruesomely. It was a rain of bullets and chaos. If the jewel had been inside, it would have been a different story today. But the enemies failed. The jewel, being the wise woman she is, told her team to keep quiet. She didn't want the world to know she was attacked. She didn't want those wicked elders to give them the satisfaction of knowing their plan almost worked. She went back to the palace, entered her room, and went on her knees. But you see, the god of the jewel does not sleep. The elders thought they had escaped, but they didn't know that the spiritual arrow they shot had missed the target and was now wandering looking for the person who sent it. It didn't take long. Christmas was approaching. Oba Femi, one of the elders who was part of that wicked circle, decided to take his family to his wife's home in a rural area called Idoko in Ogun State. He was happy, thinking he was safe. He had his wife, his daughter, and his precious little son in the car. He didn't know that the road he was traveling on was paved with the consequences of his actions. As they were driving, something strange happened. It was like a scene from a horror movie. Some boys appeared by the roadside. They weren't holding guns or stones. They were just pointing at the car and screaming with terror in their eyes. "Look under! Look under! Fire! Look under!" The driver heard the screams. He looked in the mirror. He saw the boys pointing. In his mind, he thought the car was about to explode. His hands began to shake on the steering wheel. He lost control. The car began to somersault 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The sound of crashing metal filled the quiet rural road. Oba Femi crawled out, bleeding but alive. His wife and his daughter were trapped in the wreckage. But when they brought out the little boy, the Oba's heart stopped. The boy was not moving. They rushed him to the hospital. The Oba was there receiving treatment, but he couldn't think about his own pain. He was watching his son, the heir to his name, fighting for every breath. It was in that hospital bed that the Oba started to see the ghosts of his past. He realized that the look under incident on the road was exactly the kind of trap they had planned for the jewel.
He started talking. At first, it was like he was dreaming. Then he started shouting. He said he was misled. He started calling names. He said Stephen Akinbobola and the other elders dragged him into their secret society of ungratefulness. He said they were the ones who told him that the great lion must be brought down by any means necessary. I am a Christian, the Oba cried, his voice echoing through the hospital hallways. I know the Bible says, touch not mine anointed. I knew what we were doing was wrong, but they pushed me. They told me the jewel must go. Now look at me, look at my son. He was begging for forgiveness. He was calling the jewel's name, asking her to pray for his son. He told God to take his own life and spare the innocent boy. But the atmosphere in that hospital was cold. The people around were shocked. The nurses, the doctors, even the visitors were hearing a king confessing to attempted murder and spiritual wickedness. He described how they used evil devices to monitor the jewel. He explained how they used fear and traditional manipulation to try and turn the king against his favorite wife. But despite all the confessions, the news that every father dreads came on Sunday. The boy, the innocent soul who knew nothing about his father's secret, was breathed his last. He died. When the doctors told Oba Femi that his son was gone, something snapped. The sorrow didn't make him quiet, it made him dangerous. He didn't wait to be discharged. He took his pain, his rage and his guilt and he headed straight to Akinbola's house. My people, you need to see the scene. Oba Femi arrived at Akinbola like a wounded lion. He didn't come with the royal staff. He came with anger and fierce dogs. He began to pull down the fence. He was shouting, Akinbola, come out. You have killed my son. You and your wicked elders have brought fire to my house. He was exposing everything in the middle of the street. Neighbors were coming out, recording with their phones. The Oba was screaming that Akinbola was the mastermind behind the attack in Ibadan. He said he was tired of the secret society of elders who are fighting the great lion. He said if he was going down, he would take everyone with him. Akinbola tried to come out to calm him down. He was whispering, Femi, keep quiet. This is just a coincidence. Don't bring the Ibano matter into this. But the Oba laughed, the bitter, painful laugh. Coincidence? When boys were shouting, look on that, just like we planned for her? When my son is dead and yours is alive? No, this is retribution. This is the jewel's God fighting back. The war in Efere has turned into a blood feud. The Oba has refused to be silenced. He's telling the world they practice Christianity in the day but meet with dark powers at night to plot against the throne. He is exposing the evil devices, the charms, the surveillance, the lies they planted in the media to make the jewel look bad. He's waging this war with tears in his eyes. He's a man who had lost his most precious treasure because he chose to follow the path of envy. He's now telling the great lion everything. The secrets that have been hidden from years are coming out like a flood. The other elders are in panic mode now. They are trying to say the Oba has gone mad because of the loss of his son. But we know better. A man who has nothing else to lose is the most truthful man on earth. This story is a warning to everyone. When you see a person that God has blessed, don't try to look under their life to find a way to trip them, because the same trap you said might be the one that waits for you on your way home. The jewel is still in the palace, quiet, mourning with the Oba's family in her heart, even though they tried to kill her. That is the difference between grace and disgrace. The great lion is now watching his elders with a new pair of eyes. The palace is no longer a place of secrets. It has become a courtroom where the gods are passing judgment. My people, the suspense is still climbing. As Oba Femi continues his confession talk, more names are being mentioned. High-ranking people you would never suspect are being linked to this plot. I am following this story like a shadow. I will bring you the names. I will bring you the locations. I will bring you the next move of the great lion now that he knows his own fathers tried to kill his wife. Stay tuned to Crown Gist. This matter never finish. Do you want me to tell you the specific names of the other 3 elders Obas he mentioned in his hospital confession? Drop a yes in the comments and I will drop the next part immediately.